Good morning to you. It's Bronwyn. Welcome to this episode of the Daily Kernel. Today I want to talk about this blaming dance. There's something that I've noticed that happens that, it's a totally different thing than me going, it's all your fault. And I want to share this with you because maybe you do this as a people pleaser. Maybe you are a recovering people pleaser just like me. What I found was, number one, I found this pattern and I want to share it with you because if you have the same pattern, man, this helped me so much to find this one. I found this memory from when I was a baby. I didn't even think you could remember that far back. But I was a baby. It was just before I was 1. I'm an independent girl. Don't snuggle me too much. I gotta go do stuff. And I was always like that. And I remember this day my mom wanted to snuggle with me or something. She wanted to hold me and I did not want to. I was like, no. And the response was one of, then you're rejecting me and you don't love me because you won't do what I say and you have your own opinion. That's how I interpreted it. I am not allowed to have my own opinion unless I put my dukes up and fight for it. And so if you know me, if you know me at all for my whole life, you will see that I have done that. So the cycle is like this. I have to be angry to have my own opinion and express my own opinion. And then I found out later, it's bad to be angry. Don't want to keep anger. Anger makes you sick. So then, the belief was that I'm bad to have my opinion. Ooh, and that's a layer upon layer on top of that thing that I developed as a baby throughout my whole life. So grateful to have found it. The truth is, I'm allowed to have my own opinion. I can have my own feelings. I can do my own things. And it doesn't mean I'm rejecting you. It's the truth. I still love you. And I love me and God enough to do the things that I feel to do. That's the way it is. Has nothing to do with you. So, I found that. And that goes for every relationship. And boy, when you dig up some lifelong thing like that comes with so much resentment, that resentment has to come up and out. And I've been pulling that one up. Seems like this never-ending vine deep down, just pulling and pulling and pulling. And while I'm at it, I want to blame everybody else. And then I go, no, that's not the right thing to do. I am the problem. We gotta stop saying I am the problem. The problem was the pattern. So I'm blaming, I've been blaming myself. Ooh, careful. And then, be careful who you admit that you are breaking a pattern to. Because if you say to your child or your spouse or your sister or anybody that you've been close with and the relationship has some toxic moments that are intense for you and you get to deal with that stuff, you don't gotta tell them. You don't need to tell them. You don't need to tell them about it unless they understand and they're educated enough to know the process and not let it hit them in the stomach. That's what happens. It punches them in the stomach when they find out that you have a problem that you're working on that has something to do with them. So this is what I've learned. I'm a talker. I process out loud. I have to. I fester inside if I don't. My energy is out. Out. And I need to be able to talk about things, even if I'm talking to myself out loud. But it has to be out loud. If I keep it in my head, I stay in my pattern. And since I know that about myself, I have to find somebody to talk to who knows what's going on so that I don't fester and rot and to stay in bad pattern. Well, I did that thing that I told you about in one of my previous videos about how I've connected in that unhealthy way, and I tossed my little homemade rope of, guess what, I want to connect with you, and so I'm going to tell you all about this bad pattern I've been in our relationship, because I want you to know that I'm breaking this pattern. Well, they have a tendency to say, you're blaming me for your problems. And then they blame you for theirs to try to protect themselves. And then there's a whole new dance of anger. It's not necessary. If you're dealing with somebody who will not open their mind to understanding the way you're breaking through your patterns, man, don't talk to them. Don't even talk to them about it. Go find something else to talk to them about. Go find other ways to connect with them, you know, even if it's, I don't know, somebody gave me some really good ideas the other day, but I'm not going to talk about it in this video because I'm trying to keep it shorter. That's my kernel for the day. Just don't try to teach people who aren't willing to learn. Just be the change. Just change. Just be different. It's going to show up. Other people are going to have to shift because you're different. It just has to happen. So just go be at peace, be unconditional, be different than you were. It's going to show up. And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable at first. But you don't have to open yourself up to be pelted with extra stuff while you're trying to come out of your cocoon. So don't. And your relationships can become beautiful just like you are. I'll talk to you later.